Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my San Diego State football predictions for the 2019 college football season. Before I continue, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe to the channel. It will be greatly appreciated if you do that. I have a subscriber goal of 200 subscribers by August 24th. I would love to hit that goal, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed already, you won't regret it. San Diego State, a team in the Mountain West, a team that had a bit of a disappointing season last year at 7-5, but I do think they could improve some this year. We'll see where I have them going, but we'll go through the pros and cons, the best case and worst case scenario, your three toughest and three easiest games. Then we're gonna go through your schedule game by game, tell you which games I have San Diego State winning and losing, and then I'll give you the final record prediction and conference record prediction. One other quick note before I continue: do not hold me to the game by game picks and the score predictions. Just hold me to the record at the end and the conference record at the end. So, anyways, we're gonna go through the pros and cons now. Two pros and one con. First pro is the defense. The San Diego State defense, I think, will be one of the top three defenses in the Mountain West this year. Uh, I think the defense will carry them to some wins this year. So I threw that in the pro category. Your second pro is your head coach, Rocky Long. Very consistent head coach. Always seems to be winning there at San Diego State. He's been there a while now. I think he's definitely a pro as well. Your one con is the offense. I don't think necessarily the San Diego State offense is bad. The Aztecs offense is bad. But I do think that the offense might be a little bit of an Achilles heel for the San Diego State team in the long haul this year because they play some teams that are going to be competitive with them, and I think the offense might not put them as much over the top as San Diego State wants them to. So that's why I put the offense as a con. Now we're going to go through your best case and worst case scenario. Here's the schedule right up here in front of you. Your best case scenario is 11-1. You have a game on the road against UCLA, a game against Fresno State, Utah State, on the road against Hawaii, and Nevada as well. Those are 5 games right there. I think you lose at least one of them. I'll throw BYU in that conversation as well. Worst case scenario, 6-6. This is not really that much of a tough schedule. I mean, you really only get one of your tough games on the road. But you could lose some of these home games. I mean, we saw teams like Hawaii go into San Diego State last year and beat them. So you could lose some of these tough home games. So that's why it's the worst case scenario, 6-6. But I do think San Diego State will make a bowl game no matter what. Your three toughest games are Fresno State, UCLA, and Nevada. Fresno State, best team in the Mountain West, in my opinion, or maybe even the second best team, one of the top two teams in the Mountain West. Them in Boise State. And you do avoid Boise State in the schedule from the Mountain West Mountain Division. So that's a good thing. You don't draw them if you're San Diego State. UCLA is your second toughest game. UCLA is a team, Power 5 team. They look to improve from last year. They could be approved. They could not be approved. But since the game's on the road, I went ahead and put that as your second toughest game. And then your third toughest game, I went with Nevada. I'm pretty high on this Nevada Wolfpack team. I think they're going to pull off a few upsets this year. So, in my opinion, I think Nevada. I think that's your third toughest game. Your three easiest games are Weber State, San Jose State, and New Mexico State. Weber State is a school in Utah. It's an FCS opponent, and the only thing I know about them is that Damian Lillard went there. So if that's all I know about your school, that's an easy game. And it's an FCS opponent. San Jose State, worst team in the Mountain West. So that's your second easiest game right there. And then New Mexico State. I could have maybe gone a few different directions on this. Well, actually, not looking at the schedule. I went with New Mexico State because I just think they're terrible. So that's your third easiest game. Now I'm going to go through the schedule game by game. I'll tell you which games I have San Diego State winning and losing here. First game against Weber State at home, FCS opponent. This will be a win for San Diego State. The defense will carry them 37-7. San Diego State. Next game at UCLA, your first test of the year. UCLA, in my opinion, is a team I think they will be a bit better than they were last year, but I don't know if they're going to be an 8-9 win program. I kind of doubt that actually now thinking about it. But anyways, San Diego State, this game they'll definitely be in this game. It'll be a very competitive game, but at the end, I did give it to UCLA. I don't know. I'm not saying that UCLA is better than San Diego State, but I'm going to give it to the home team. UCLA 24-21. Next game at New Mexico State. New Mexico State is a team, as I said, I think they're just god awful. I think you go into New Mexico State into Las Cruces, which I've been to before. It's actually a nice little town. And I think San Diego State wins that game 38-6. Next game, Utah State at home. Utah State, a team that they have a very good quarterback, and Bryce Love. We already did a prediction video, so go check that out. But the Utah State Aggies, because supposedly I called them the Mavericks in that video, but the Utah State Aggies, I think they'll go into San Diego State. I think they'll play San Diego State tough, but I think at the end I'm giving San Diego State the win here, 28-23. I think that Utah State defense is not good. I think the San Diego State offense will find some success in that game. Then you get your first bye week. Every team gets 2 bye weeks because of how the calendar aligns with the schedule. Then you get coming off the bye week, you go on the road against Colorado State, a team that is looking to rebound this upcoming season after a very disappointing season last year. I think Colorado State plays a competitive game against you all, but at the end, I am going to give it to you all. San Diego State will win 30-17, and San Diego State is just the better team in my opinion. Next game, Wyoming. This is kind of an interesting game here. Wyoming is a team, in my opinion, that I do think does play everybody tough no matter what. I think that's no exception when they play you all. I really think San Diego State. I think they'll be into. I think they'll be in a dogfight in this one. But at the end, I am going to give it to San Diego State, though the better team is in San Diego, 20-13. I have San Diego State winning that game by a touchdown. Next game's at San Jose State. This will be a win, 35-7. Yes, I know it's on the road, but at the end of the day, San Jose State is terrible. San Diego State gets the win here. Next game at UNLV. UNLV, another team towards the bottom of the that's going to be in the bottom of the standings in the Mountain West. In my opinion, I think UNLV probably stays in this one for maybe a quarter and a half. But at the end, I'm giving it to San Diego State, 31-13. Then you get your bye week, your second bye week. Then you get to play your homecoming game at home against Nevada. As I said earlier, this Nevada team is going to be sneaky good. They're going to be a very dangerous team. And teams have gone into San Diego State and beat them before into Qualcomm Stadium or whatever you call it, San Diego County Stadium or whatever it's called these days. And I think that's going to happen this one. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to call for the upset here. I think Nevada goes into San Diego State, and I think they beat them 27-22 Nevada. I'm not saying Nevada's the better team, but I think this Nevada team is going to pull off an upset or two. I think this is going to be one of them. I don't think San Diego State has much of a home field advantage at home, so I want to say Nevada beats them 27-22. Next game is a Friday night game at home against Fresno State. Listen, Fresno State's better than you all. I think Fresno State is a team that could definitely beat you all by 2-3 touchdowns, but the game's in San Diego. You're going to be looking to rebound after a loss against Nevada. And by the way, that Nevada game is kind of a trap game as well, right before Fresno State, and it's kind of a short week for San Diego State. I went back and forth with this one. If you watch my Fresno State football prediction video, you already know who I have in this one. I pulled the trigger and went with the upset. I picked San Diego State to win this game. I have a 28-24. I think it'll be a fun game. But at the end, I'm going to give it to San Diego State 28-24. Next game at Hawaii. And by the way, I do think San Diego State will be banged up going to this Hawaii game. Hawaii is a team that actually beat San Diego State last year in San Diego. This year the game is in Hawaii. Hawaii is a team, in my opinion, I think they're gonna have a top 10 offense in the country, but the defense is pretty bad. But I think the defense can make a few stops here. I'm going to give this one to Hawaii, 27-21. I'm not saying Hawaii is the better team than you all, but I do think Hawaii will get the win, especially in Hawaii. And then your last game at home against BYU. If you already watched that BYU video, which by the way, thank you for the views on that. You already know who I have in that game. In this game, and I do have San Diego State winning this game. They're a better team than BYU, and I think San Diego State wins this one 20-14. So if you count up all the wins and losses, I have San Diego State going 9-3 with a 6-2 conference record. 9-3 with a 6-2 conference record. Um, That's a pretty good season for San Diego State. At least a 2-win improvement in the regular season. I really think San Diego State. I think they're going to be better than they were last year, but I don't think they're going to be getting ahead of Fresno State. Even though that they beat Fresno State, I just don't see it. And they also have Nevada in that division as well, and don't rule out Hawaii. But anyways, 9-3 with a 6-2 conference record will get you into a decent bowl game if you're San Diego State. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated if you do that. Thanks for watching. And this is McD the Beast signing off.